I wouldn't even go to the beach until I was about 18 years old.
Really?
I wouldn't wear a bikini around anyone. Even when I was 18, I went to the beach, I'd be fully clothed. Like, I just hated my body, and I hated the reaction it got from men and women, just constantly girls coming up to me, "Are your tits real? Who did your tits?" Well, they're real. But, like, everyone just constantly just asking me questions about my body, and I hated that. So I'd, like, never show it. But obviously I got over that.
So you had the problem of, like, you know, a lot of girls are, like, out of shape or whatever, and they get negative feedback. You had the problem of being, like, kind of getting too much positive attention for it, and you really didn't like it?
Yeah, don't know if I saw it as positive, because I was just like, oh, I don't want to be constantly just like looked at and stared at. But in public when I was younger, for sure, it was hard for me to deal with then. But I got over that, and I thought that it's actually like a beautiful thing to embrace your body. And I have natural curves, and I sort of ran with the message that women should embrace their body in their natural state. Not that there's anything wrong with enhancing the way you look through surgeries. I don't have anything against that. I just think that there's a lot of pressure for women to do that. So I like to send the message that you don't have to do that. A lot of men and women appreciate natural bodies, and it's a lot less painful.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, you, at a certain point, did you feel like you were just trying to do stuff with your life that didn't have anything to do with your body, but you just couldn't help it, that, like, you looked away, that, like, people are just going to continue to treat you that way or acknowledge you as this, like, inherently attractive sexual being, and you were just so uncomfortable with it?
I began to accept it and like it at some point.
When did that start to kick in?
I must have accepted it and liked it at some point to be able to sort of post. I did remember someone saying to me, "You've kind of gone from one extreme, from a girl I used to know that would wear, like, I don't know what you call them here. We call them rashies, or like swimwear that goes up to your turtleneck."
Right.
To, you know, posting in your bikini, and, like, good on you for it. But it's just like, yeah, it definitely did change. I think it was a positive change, because I can finally sort of own who I am, and take back some. It's almost like a power thing. Like, you know, you're taking back that and just being like, yeah, this is how I look, and what, like,
yeah.
And I'm happy with it, and I don't want to change, and if there's a way to make money from it, I'm going to fucking do it.
Did you start going viral at first for doing basketball type stuff?
Yes, and workouts. So World Star made me their fitness girl of the week for like a year straight. God bless. World
Really?
Star. Yes.
They just, yeah, okay. I see. That's crazy, because that's where I guess I originally remember you from, but I didn't know that they were just choosing to do that over and over. You didn't pay for that? It just happened?
Oh, no, I've never paid World Star for anything.
Somebody there probably had a little crush on you.
Hope so.
Maybe.
I knew Q, like, before he passed, and sort of just got to know him, and that's when they started sharing my stuff, and he wanted me to do some original content for them. And just the other day I did do some original content for them while I'm here.
Really?
But so that's sort of, it was mostly just my workout videos, and then I started doing basketball videos, and they, almost as soon as I'd post a basketball video, I would reshare it within minutes. So I was always very appreciative of that. And even just, like, if I took, like, a little selfie video of me in a bikini, which is what I do because I work with Atlantic Records and some other record companies who pay me to put their artist songs on some of my videos. So those ones would automatically almost go to World Star as well, because they've obviously got, like, hot new hip hop on it. So
right. Damn, that's crazy though, because, like, that's interesting, because I've seen it up close with labels where they have, like, networks of thousands of Instagram influencers.
And you wouldn't even, like, know it, because they kind of subtly do it in a way. And a lot of people don't know that's one of the sort of collaborations that I do through Instagram. And
how much can you get paid doing something like that?
Do you mean, like, per post, or just in general? Like,
yeah, per post.
Over a year.
Per post.
It's not a lot, because I do bundles. So, like, bundles of, like, 20 videos at a time. So my rates definitely do go down for that. But my rates for other things, such as, because I'm a Bang athlete.
Oh, you do the Bang energy thing.
I definitely, I rep Bang. I love them. And so they pay extremely well in comparison. So
that's what I keep hearing, because, man, I said something to somebody about being a Bang energy.
Were you, like, pulling the piss out of them?
I was just kind of giving him a hard time. I'm like, oh, you and your fucking Bang energy check. And he's like, you would have done it too. Like, for that Bang energy check, man. And I'm like, wow, I guess they are paying good.
He needs to relax.
He was like,
who is it? Do I know who they would be?
I shall not clout him up, but he was just like a little too enthusiastic about Bang. Follow the CEO. They always make you put that in the caption, right?
We have to, yeah.
I always see it.
Fucking funny.
I tried to hit up the CEO because I'm like, yo, I'm trying to see what the bang bus is all about, and he didn't hit me back. Maybe he doesn't know who I am.
I adore working with Bang. Like, they're just great to work with, and yeah, I won't go too much into that because we're not really allowed to like disclose anything. But
Really? Well, because it's probably owned
like
by some prince or something.
well, it's just like we're under contract with them, and it's a very thorough contract that I have like lawyers to read over and stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, what's crazy for me is that it's like when you talk about brand deals, it's like we advertise random as like whoever would give us money, companies for all these years. And now we got our own thing.
That's
and
awesome.
It's kind of like that with like the energy drink thing where it's like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm starting an energy drink. So if anybody wants to like pay me to like talk about their energy drink, shit.
Yeah. Well, you go with, so I have my own merch as well, but like, you've got much more extensive stuff, which is awesome.
It's just the kendamas and the weed. And then I guess we make t-shirts, technically. NoJumper.com.
Don't you do shorts as well?
Oh, yeah. Shorts, hoodies, all that stuff. Yeah. We're definitely
awesome.
trying to get deeper into it. More like weed accessories and like, you know, all that kind of stuff.
That's cool. Yeah. Once you have your own sort of brand, because my company is called Wolfgang Apparel. And so once you have your own thing, you sort of like, you're like, that's my thing and I want to push that rather than like focus on other people's brands and like having to do that. But you don't have to. You can always just push your own brand if you want to. But there's more money to be made, and I'd be stupid to not take some opportunities. Hell
yeah. You what other kind of brands do you end up working with? Like what kind of stuff?
Right now it's just sort of like, music and Bang. And I do like one-offs for maybe like for example, like sports betting apps and maybe like some basketball brands, like actual basketball.
Do you
brands.
get followed by like a million NBA dudes? Like, are those
a couple?
Do they love you?
I don't know. I don't know. Kyrie Irving used to follow me. Then he unfollowed me when he got a girlfriend.
Whoa.
Shout out to his girlfriend.
She probably did it for him. She probably fucking grabbed his phone and just started unfollowing people. My girl, whenever she gets unfollowed by somebody, she says she just
she knows.
She assumes it's like the girlfriend.
Oh yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't hold anything against them for that. Like it at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship, you should prioritize what makes your girlfriend happy. I don't think it's probably an insecurity thing, but I don't care about that. Who else used to follow me? I don't know. Yeah, a couple of NBA boys.
I don't know if I got any good NBA ones. I got a few good UFC and NFL follows now.
See, I wouldn't even know. I mean, I like UFC, but I don't know any NFL players.
Yeah, usually I end up having to do some Googling to figure out who they are at first.
You're like, oh, this person.
And then I'll hit them up like, OBJ, what's up? Big fan.
Yeah, I'm
just lying. When I do get my OBJ podcast, bring this back up and just be like, look how fake Adam is. He didn't know who the fuck he was. But now I'm very educated. Look at me. I'm so smart. So this is one thing I feel like I've noticed is like over the years with your Instagram that you've like steadily gotten a little bit more comfortable doing like more and more sexual type stuff. Like I don't feel like you were painting basketballs on your butt cheeks and stuff at one point, and now that's kind of that kind of stuff goes down.
Yes and no, because Instagram have for sure become way more strict with what's allowed on there.
Wow.
So this past year, I haven't really been able to, and that's sort of why I started Onlyfans, is because a lot was getting taken down off, and it wasn't even like, I would never post anything that's like close to nudity.
Right.
I'd be always covering everything, and even bikini videos get taken down now. And,
taken down? That's crazy.
I get content taken down probably weekly on Instagram. So
that's crazy.
So that's kind of why I headed towards OnlyFans. And yeah, I guess over the years, like you said, I definitely have been more comfortable with being more sexually expressive, I guess. Even though that's not like truly who I am. It's my Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's how you feel, is like that you are putting yourself out there as like a more sexualized version when that's not really like a definitive element of your personality?
Not right now, no. Definitely. I definitely used to be more sexual than I am now, but.
Used to be more? Why? Like were you with somebody that brought it out of you or something?
I would see guys. I mean, yeah, obviously, like being in relationships, and when I have been, I'm a very sexual person because I want to like be with them. But and then like since relationships, I guess when you see guys, that's what you want to do. But I've been like steadily single recently, and so like that's not a priority. And or important to me right now.
Right.
And it doesn't excite me or make me happy to like do that right now. I'm just like really focused on my career and my job and my family and building a house and furthering my business. So
that's dope.
So yeah, in a way, I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's like that's a fake Jem. It's definitely like a part of me,
right?
And it's still there. And I've always been somewhat of a sexual person. Otherwise, like, how could I, put that image out there if I wasn't at all? But it's definitely not like a priority to me right now.
How far do you go on the OnlyFans?
I don't do nudity, if that's what you mean.
See, at least you're straight up about it, because I've interviewed multiple girls in the past couple of weeks who have been like,
Jenna one.
Right. I don't know. My OnlyFans, it might have nudity. I'm not going to tell you. It's like, stop. I know you're lying. Stop trying to bait these poor fucks into,
There's definitely, like, there's just going to be, you're going to see way more on my OnlyFans than you will on Instagram, because I physically cannot post that content on Instagram anymore. So I post lots of videos on there, and I don't post as many videos on Instagram, and I interact with my fans on there. So you will get more, but I haven't done nudity.
Do you feel like it's weird with OnlyFans because it sort of has that image of being like a porn site, even though that's not what you're doing on it?
A little bit, yes, because when people Google it and they're like, oh, that's what she does.
Because it took me...
I don't really care what people think, but it's just like when friends and family be like, oh, I'm going to Google OnlyFans because Jem keeps going on about it. And then they see it's like, oh, it's a porn site. And I'm just like, I don't do that, but... Because
there was a girl that we met. She came with some rappers or some shit. And we're all just looking at her like, oh, my God, she's so hot. And then somebody figured out her Instagram. And they're like, oh, my God, she has the OnlyFans. And we're like, oh, my God. Like, we could pay $10 and see her naked.
Oh.
And then we realized that actually, even if you spent the $10, she was not naked. She was just like kind of poking her booty out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Which is there's like a lot of girls. Did it make me sad?
Or like in general, does that make guys really disappointed?
No, I wasn't disappointed. Because I mean, what the fuck do I know? I don't know this girl from a hole in the wall, but I guess I was just like surprised. I'm like, oh, so she's not a porn star, but she has an OnlyFans. She's a fucking genius.
Well, I'll just swallow my eyes. I've got a lot of my friends that are fully into fitness onto OnlyFans, and they just post like extra content that's workout videos on there, and like people are freaking paying for that and paying like triple what I charge, and they're paying for like more workout videos. So it's just like OnlyFans is a platform for anyone who believes that their content is of quality or of certain value. So it's not just for that, but definitely people use it for that, and so do Patreon as well, and any other of those platforms.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I wonder how I could do with the OnlyFans. I wonder what people would actually want me to do.
I know what they would want.
What, jerk off in the sink?
I wasn't going to say that.
That's more or less what girls are doing.
Do they really like that?
I don't know. That's like what girls do.
You and your girlfriend. Like,
well, yeah.
That would probably, men and women would probably like to see that if that's what you're like willing to do. But if not, you still have quality content, and I think your content is of value, and people get to a certain point where they go, oh, I'm sick of putting out free content, that it takes a lot of time and effort, and I have to pay photographers and videographers for their time. So it's just like, I want to get something back, and I want to, instead of going maybe via YouTube where you're just getting paid for like advertisements and constant adverts put through your video, you just get it directly from your fans. No, yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense, especially like, just like that's what I really want to do, is just create something for people who it's not on YouTube, but you get to see our interviews like the second that we do them, and then maybe it doesn't come out on YouTube for a couple of days. I thought somehow you had something live. We used to do live, yeah. Oh, you used to. Okay, but the problem is with live is that you just don't get any fucking, like, you don't make any money while you're live. Is that because YouTube don't put ads on them? Yeah. Yeah, basically. Okay. And then also, if you put it up and then make it live later, you actually have time where you could potentially have it flagged, get it reviewed, and then when it goes live, you're making money off it. If you do it live, you don't make any money, and then by the time it's done, it's like, oh, this needs to be requested, and then you request it, and you wait 24 hours or whatever, and maybe it gets monetized, maybe it doesn't, but either way, I mean, I've had a lot of videos where we got millions of views, and we did it live, and we didn't make shit off of it. Oh, that sucks. You know? Yeah. So no wonder you don't do lives anymore. Because it's like, it makes a difference for us. Right? Like, for in case, like, something goes down. Well, that is a good point. But then also, like, doing it live is kind of the amazing part, because like when Boom passed out and smashed his face on the wall. Fuck, that was the best interview ever. You know that. And then like, you've got some absolute bangers of interviews, like the Selena Powell one. You like her? I just like the interview, the way that you. Oh my god!
Because she's doing everything
talked.
that you could not bring yourself to do as a woman.
Yeah, but I just think her and some other girls that you've had on your podcast need to maybe, or they don't need to, they can do whatever they want. But I feel like they should humble themselves a little bit. And I don't really like when people come on podcasts and just brag about, oh, my house is bigger than Chris Brown's house, and girls who rent need to fucking step their game up. I was like, there's nothing wrong with renting, hun, even though I own my own house. I'm not going to shit on girls that rent, like, fucking chill. And then also the way that Selena Power just like, I think that's her whole thing though, is like because she drags rappers and name drops it left, right, and center. Like that's her whole thing. But it's kind of sad to like identify as just that. And like, come on, there's got to be like more to you. I'm sure she's got brains, and I'm sure she's got more to herself than just.
My hopes for Selena is that she has been so unhinged and just acting crazy as fuck for the past few years, but she like allegedly is on Love and Hip Hop in an upcoming season and stuff like that. And I really just hope that she can kind of like get her shit together and manage to like be an entertaining person on camera without always. She is entertaining. People really like her shit, and it's like, I think to a certain extent, it's like, yeah, you're getting like a shitload of views or whatever because you're talking crazy about academics or Trey Songz or whoever. But like, if she kind of figured out what she wanted to be on camera, I could imagine her like she wants to do like a show on No Jumper or whatever. I'm like, maybe you could just keep coming on the podcast from time to time, but without creating like an actual show.
What do you mean? She wants to have her whole own show on No Jumper. I guess
me and her talking on No Jumper.
It would do well. It would do really well, but yeah, you got to talk about maybe something other than just like, I don't know.
I actually have
She's got to get in trouble one day by like someone's got to sue her or something.